Hello, welcome to Catholic Teacher Resources, your venue for innovative and creative resources for all subject areas within our faith-based classrooms. We can go back to CTR. We can hit this Discovery Education tab and it'll take us there because it also does not need an additional password. Okay, so here's what you're going to see with Discovery Education. This is going to be sort of similar to BrainPop in that you can select by service, so either middle school or elementary. I'd say you might be able to dabble fifth graders in the middle school section, but most of the time, Science for Elementary is really great, even for fifth grade, so I wouldn't necessarily be forced to come up here. If you go to Science Elementary, you can see it's broken up for Earth, Life, and Physical Science. So if you're teaching your kids about the solar system, you'll see it's set up in this way, what you're going to learn. There's ebooks available, video segments, and then fundamentals, which are really good because they allow the kids to interact. Choose which you would like to explore. I want to explore this. So it talks to them about it. It will read it to them. If you click this button, it will read it. Click on the blinking star. Whoa, click on the sun. Okay, here you go. So it goes through everything. If you like this, save it. Click this button, add it to your content so you can save it for later. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to add a folder and I'm going to call it Solar System. So that later when I'm teaching the solar system, I can come back to that folder. Another thing you can do is you can assign it to your kids. Again, just like BrainPop and Learn 360, you can give your students access to Discovery. So I'll show you how to do that. You can also go here for materials and you're going to get not only a guide, sometimes there's two guides, one like that's a little bit harder than the other, and then you're also going to get a teacher guide. Another thing you can do from this screen is you can share it. I would do this very often where I would click this pop out button. I would use this link here and copy it and hyperlink it to my website so that students had easy access to exactly which fundamentals, which explorations, which virtual labs I wanted them to complete. Okay. These glossary terms, again, these are amazing as well. So say, because we're curious about what an eclipse is, click that. You're not only going to get the definition, okay, but here's the definition. You're also going to get an animation. You're also going to get a video clip about it, and you're going to get an image. It's really great. Okay, you're going to go along. Notice that the way that the words are written, you can tell that it's talking to a student because, again, you can give your kids access. These reading passages are really awesome if you want to tie that into your language arts curriculum. They're always really interesting and really well written for kids. Okay, let me go back and show you the middle school version of this. So again, broken up the same way, Earth, Life, Physical Science. So let's try to do space for the bigger kids and let's see the difference here. Okay, formation of our solar system. Okay, here you see I can watch, so I'm going to get a series of video clips. I can read, so again with those really cool articles. I don't have an interact tab here, so let me try to find an interact tab. Hold on just a moment so I can show you the equivalent of fundamentals for the bigger kids. Here we go, interact. So here's an exploration. Explorations are going to be a little bit less time consuming than fundamentals. Fundamentals can probably be an entire class, right? So like 1 45, 50-minute period, maybe 2 if you stretch it out. Exploration, they could probably finish 2 in a class easily. So let me show you what that looks like. So they're gonna get some interaction in. They're always gonna give you something. Again, these always come with a guide for you and a handout for them, right? And it tells them exactly what to do. And when you put it in correctly, it gives you the right answer. If you put it in wrong, it won't let you put it in. And again, when you want to save it for later, go ahead and add it to your content. And you can access your content right here under the My Content tab. Interactive videos are cool because they give you a lot of definitions within that. Virtual labs are going to be a little bit longer. They're going to be probably at least 2 days, 2 class periods, depending on the difficulty, possibly 3. They're going to give you an introduction, they're going to give you a mission, something specific to do. Explore is going to be a place where they can just sort of mess around. But when they're actually doing the lab, right, because it's a virtual lab, when they're actually completing it, they need to be in experiment mode. And then they're going to mess around. There's always going to be a document that goes along with this because they're going to need to take down data, analyze data, and come to conclusions. So here is the difference there between middle school science and the elementary version. Okay, now let's focus on getting your students access. Come up to Classroom Manager, go to My Classes, and you're going to create a class that your students can join. Okay, so say your class's name is 5th period. You can describe it and you're going to add some new students. Okay, and you're going to type in all their information, username, password, everything, and you're going to add them. So I'm going to add make it really easy for them. This kid's in 6th grade, and I can choose to tell his parents that I gave him the account. I'm going to add that student. Once you add that student, you save it. We're going to return to my previous page. So I have a 4th period and I have a 5th period here. Then I can choose to log in as student so I can see what this kid Dante sees. So by giving your kids access, they're allowed to see everything you see, which is so empowering. So if they want to review something again, they're able to do that. They can search up here. You know, they can search if they're working on genes in class. Come up here and search, and they're able to not only view content, but read content and interact. It's amazing. And again, right from here, you can, well, now I'm in the student tab, but anyway, they could add it to their favorites if they really liked it. Another thing that students can do, let me go back. Another thing students can do, they have this whole home page with really awesome, fun activities and for them to do. And you could, when you assign them work, they would see it here. They can play games here, but also they can build boards. Sometimes kids are doing presentations, and instead of going out and buying a board, the kids can make a board here. So if they were doing something on genes, right, sure, save it. And they can create a board right here. Okay, they could work in groups, and then when they're done, they can share it to you. And then you would see it on your end. When you're done messing around in the kids' student login, you see this orange tab here. It says quit impersonation. Yep, you want to do that. Click that and it'll bring you back to your teacher screen. Let me come up here to the My Content just to remind you that this is where anything you saved along the way as you're searching, here's those folders you created. Let's see, where do I have stuff? I have stuff in the solar system. There you go. And you can choose to assign it, or you can add it, you can share it. You can also use the builder tool, which if you come up here, you can create an assignment around it. You can create a writing prompt, an assessment like a test, or you can make your own board and show students, model for them what you want them to do. Okay, that's it for our tutorial today. If you have any questions about this tutorial, our site, or resources, feel free to contact us by email or phone. Thank you, and God bless.